Hey guys, and welcome to a battle between Shetland Apache in charge of the mighty Wood Elves up against the Central Scrutinizer with the dark forces of the Tomb Kings. We're going to be playing on Tower of Hereth here, so let's hop in here and have a quick little look at both the builds. So it looks like for the most part the Wood Elves are going to be hiding in their natural trees here, so we'll get to their build in just a second. First of all, we will go through the forces of the Tomb Kings. So it looks like on the flanks we have some Skeleton Horsemen Archers, 2 on the right hand side and 2 on the left. These guys can certainly do some decent skirmish and take down some of those pesky Wood Elf skirmish forces, and also can be chucked into melee just to run over Waywatchers, Deepwood Scouts and all that good stuff. Looks like in the front line he does have some Skeleton Spearmen. Looks like 4 units in the front line and 1 in reserve as well. Cheap and cheerful chaff with their little shields. Could be trying to soak in missile pressure and hold as long as possible to allow the rest of his army to really, pack a punch. In deep reserve, we have some Nekakar Horsemen as well on either flank, probably just looking to protect the Skeleton Horsemen Archers early on, and then once again use their mobility to hunt down skirmishers and so forth. We have the traditional 3 units of Ushopti Great Bows, the absolute bane of my Total War existence. I hate this unit with so much passion, not because, it's a broken unit or anything, but I am just, I struggle to shut these guys down. They're pretty damn tanky, ridiculously long range armor-piercing missiles, can really tank down those big targets, do decent up against the enemy skirmishers as well. Wild Riders certainly going to want to put a bite in those if they can. Looks like in the back line, actually, we have a Casket of Souls. This is amazing. So we have the Ultimate DJ himself here. And Casket of Souls used to be a bit of a meme, but can certainly do some decent long-range firepower up against the Wood Elves, Greenskins, and so forth. So definitely a decent pick in this matchup. Love the little Scarab Beetles flying all around. Reminds me of the Mummy movie from back in the day. And for his leadership, we do have Arkan the Black. Probably the most competitive choice up there with Cetra. He is, however, pretty damn squishy in his own right. But he's going to be bringing the Tomb Blade of Arkham, allowing him to summon some more Skeleton Warriors, and summons always such good value. Staff Nagash, the Lever Mortis, all that good stuff, and a Fate of Buna and Spirit Leech. Not sure if I would brought Fate of Buna here, but I really like the Spirit Leech pick, so we'll see how this army does. Now for the forces of the Wood Elves, it looks like on this left-hand flank we do have some Sisters of Thorn. Great map control with their different abilities, the Shield of Thorns and also the Curse of Anir, slowing down the enemy and giving -24 melee attacks. So it looks like we have 1 unit on this flank, and they're going to be accompanied by some War Dancers with Azrai Spears, one of the coolest looking units in the entire game, to be honest, but definitely in the Wood Elf roster. Awesome spinning attacks, great anti-large, pretty damn fast as well. And their Shadow of Loic Fin got changed quite a long time ago, actually, that I didn't really notice too much. They have plus 44% missile resistance now, which is pretty damn crazy for 30 seconds. Certainly allows you to get them where you need in time, but -24 melee defense is quite a big debuff as well. If we look for the rest of his forces, it looks like his main line is built up of Dryads, so we have 3 units of those guys, and then Eternal Guard as well. As looks like we have the Wardens of Sifril, Regiment of Wildwood Rangers. These guys are a fantastic pick. They have armor piercing, anti-large, all that good stuff. They can Vanguard as well, and they have Sunder armor, -30 armor. Certainly a very good tool to dealing with the large constructs. Helping hold the front line with the Winterheart Guard here. We do also have the Firebark Elders, the Regiment Renowned Treekin, looking absolutely badass as always. We also have a Branch Wraith coming in here as well. Looks like she's hidden right amongst everything here. See if we can get her spells up. Nope. There we go. Branch Wraith are going to be rocking no spells. That can't be right, surely. Just come in with Immune to Psychology. Okay, wild Branch Wraith pick there, completely and utterly naked. We do come in with an Ancient Treeman as well. What an absolute hero. Shetland is bringing this big bad boy in. Loving the beard for one, and he's the one bringing all the spells. That makes a lot more sense. Coming in with Foe Seeker, Earthblood, and Awakening Wood. He's going to be a huge target for those Ushopti, but if he can get in there, he can certainly do some decent damage, and he is pretty damn tanky in his own right. So without further ado, let's get this battle fully underway. Wood Elves are having to leak out from their forest here and make that long and daunting run across this open field here, as the Tomb Kings do have the range advantage, which is a strange thing to say when you're going up against the Wood Elves in general. But looks like the Skeleton Horsemen Archers just getting a little bit of early poke in the Dryads. Nothing too scary there. Those guys certainly want to hop on top of the very naked War Dancers as soon as possible. Looks like the Ushopti are going to be lining up some sites as well. If First Awakening Wood goes down, doing some pretty decent damage. Nothing too crazy. Not in fact getting any kills, doing quite a lot of HP damage overall. So in come the forces. Winterheart Guard, though, taking quite a large amount of damage, down to nearly 50% health already, just from that consistent longbow fire coming from the Ushoptis. But no doubt they're going to be switching target to Ancient Treeman, who has popped Foe Seeker to give him a little bit of extra speed boost to help him dodge those shots as much as possible, shoving away some very ungrateful Eternal Guard here as well. And he is starting to take a little bit of a pounding, but the Wood Elf forces are starting to emerge. Now, an early summon coming in as well by Arkan. Really great play, slowing down so many units, trying to buy as much time as possible for his ranged core to really get in there and do some damage. Now, a really nice curse coming down on top of these Skeleton Horsemen Archers, going to allow the Sisters of Thorn to countercharge here and catch them pretty quickly. War Dancer is going to be swooping over though, trying to shut down these shop tiers. Everything else gets sucked into this engagement up against the Sisters, but they do need to fall back as they will get overwhelmed pretty quickly here. And a Fate of Biuna going down as well. Very expensive spell, but it is going to get the Sisters of Thorn pretty much deleted here. The War Dancers managed to just about sneak through the battle line. Some Skeleton Spearmen's going to come out to try and react to these ladies. But they are rolling in here, going to be trying to shut down the Shopti as fast as possible. So nice early pick by the War Dancers. See how long they can hold out as the rest of the forces do start to move up. Now, the Ancient Treeman has taken quite a lot of damage, but he's still moving forward relatively happy here. And the Treekin very healthy with their little elite core of trees. But in comes some nasty shots from the Casket of Souls as well. Now over on this flank, it looks like the Wardens of Sifril and War Dancers trying to push through some Skeleton Spearmen. They don't want to get bunched up on these guys. They're taking a lot of Skeleton Horsemen Archer fire. But it has allowed another pocket for the Eternal Guard to slowly push their way through to the Casket of Souls here. In the far distance, a really nice charge by the Nekakar Horsemen coming in and pinning in the Sisters of Thorn. Sisters will win that engagement relatively comfortably, but they don't really want to be stuck in that nasty situation. So have a nice little overall Arkan view of the battlefield. Arkan the Black has popped in a rather dangerous situation. War Dancers are hit and they can tear him apart very effectively, but Woven Mist is activated, so their melee defense incredibly low, allowing these Skeleton Spearmen to get in there and really deal some decent damage. But Arkan really stuck in up against the Treekin here, not where he wants to be. Ancient Treeman still relatively healthy as well, but it looks like most of these Shopti have managed to fall back and escape these pesky Eternal Guard before turning to once again fire into him. But Wood Elves certainly do a great job pressuring. As you can see, balance of power though heavily against them, which is pretty odd as they're not in too bad a situation. Dryads slowly clearing up troops on the periphery here, up to 21 kills, and a big blob fight is going down. Arkan slowly deciding to fall back as his Skeleton Spearman bodyguard all do start to crumble around him. War Dancers need to be getting into different engagements rather than up against Skeleton Spearmen, but they still do a decent amount of damage and are helping the Treekin push through. The Summon Shopti has come down, attempting to pin in the Ancient Treeman here, which is going to allow the Shopti plenty of time to shoot into him, and they're doing some serious damage now, but it looks like an Earthblood is coming in, healing up all of these local forces. War Dancers as well going to be fantastic at dealing with those Shopti. In the far distance, you can see Skeleton Horsemen Archers coming up to assist their Nekakarian brothers. They're doing a pretty decent job up against the Sisters of Thorn, at least keeping them in place for a long amount of time. Looks like Eternal Guard have broken in the back lines, which is a bit of a disaster coming in by Shetland Apache, as the Shopti will now once again be free to fire. But these guys should be able to rally, and there's not too much backline pressure left. So a lot of the Tomb King forces are starting to get obliterated, but balance of power very, very heavily in favour of the Tomb Kings, perhaps due to the fact the Ancient Treeman is relatively low. But honestly, I think the Wood Elves are in a decent position here. Skeleton Spearmen definitely going to get mopped up by Dryads on that flank. This main engagement certainly going in Wood Elf favour. And yes, there's a lot of your Shopti left alive getting their shots in, but even if they deal with the Ancient Treeman, there's so many units which can pressure hit. War Dancers screaming gloriously into combat as they do start to run forward against the fearsome Shopti. And the Ancient Treeman standing strong for now with an extended Earthblood coming on. Spirit Leech is popped on top of the Ancient Treeman as well, so it's a bit of a battle of the healing factors there. And the Wardens of Sifril have a perfect target here, so they can either go after Arkan the Black or Casket of Souls and very quickly clear up either of those troops there. Nice little click and delete maneuver becoming in. Casket of Souls doing its best, it's swirling around as awkwardly as it does, flinging these guys to the floor. And Wardens of Sifril pretty damn squishy in their own right, but of course they apply that armor sundering and really start pounding down the enemy. As the front line is completely buckled now, these Shopti, even though they have so much ammunition and stuff left, are simply going to get chased off the battlefield. They're trying their best to bring down the Ancient Treeman. Bring it down, but 950 health. It stands firm for now, and it's easily going to beat down this Casket of Souls. Looks like Arkan did take a little bit of a beating. We are going to get an extended Earthblood as well from the Ancient Treeman. Up to 1,200 health now, and you can see the Shopti are running for the hills with Eternal Guard in the backline. Spirit Leech has been popped to them. Probably would have been worth popping on the Ancient Treeman a little bit more, in my opinion. Really try to drag him down, but I understand the need to get rid of the Eternal Guard as well. The Shopti fall back just a couple of paces before turning and unloading shots into this Ancient Treeman, and down he goes, 500 health. I don't think there's much hope of him standing here, but Arkan the Black has got himself pinned in by Eternal Guard, and in comes some fearsome War Dancers. Here's the two Battle of the Generals to commence. sides, and down goes the ancient Treeman, sniped by those pesky Ushopti, but at the same time, it looks like Arkan is down as well, so avenged very quickly by the Wood Elf forces. And it's going to be a simple matter now of chasing down these Shopties. So we are going to speed up a little bit here, as I've got a feeling it's just going to be spreading out with the Wood Elves and hunting down these guys as much as possible. And yeah, it looks like that's pretty much what it's going to be. Wardens of Sifro, every time they catch unit, are simply going to delete it. And there's a nice healthy blob of Wood Elves here, as well as the balance of power ebbs and flows ever more in the favour of the forces of Wood Elves and the mighty Shetland Apache. You can see slowly Tomb King forces do start to fall. Wherever your Shopti do get caught, they eventually get dragged down. Looks like they're not doing too bad a job scaring troops off as well, but I just don't see any way back into this for the Tomb Kings. There's a very healthy Branch Wraith and Firebark Elders as well, and it looks like it is going to be a Pyrrhic victory for the Wood Elves. So let's go in and have a tiny bit of their end game analysis. So once again, massive thank you to the mighty Shetland for sending this replay in. Really good fun one to cast and very interesting build. I always love to see War Dancers in action. And the Naked Branch Wraith, pretty interesting pick as well. I've never considered bringing one without spells, but did a decent job, very healthy into the late game, and her leadership certainly helped keep the dregs of the Wood Elf forces together at the end there, as the ancient Treeman did unfortunately fall. Very risky pick coming up against the Ushopti, but as you can see, it soaked up so much missile pressure. It really did allow the other units to, get in there, do the dirty work, and get the job done. Wardens of Sifril are another unit I'm a big fan of, coming with 113 kills. As for the Central Scrutinizer, well played to him as well. Really loving the Casket of Souls pick, and he managed to protect it and the Ushopti for a decent amount of time, pinning in Sisters of Thorn and stretching the engagement across quite a large plane of battle. However, unfortunately got dragged down. Arkan as well being surrounded at the death there by the Eternal Guard, really kind of sealed the nail in the coffin. Nearly a nice comeback by bringing down the Ancient Treeman, but it wasn't to be. So anyway guys, hope you did enjoy. If you did, please do consider giving a big old thumbs up and subscribing and all that good standard YouTube stuff. If you want to see your own replays featured on the channel, or you want to hop in some tournaments, King of the Hills and so forth, which we do stream, tend to be between Wednesday and Friday during the week, feel free to join my Discord just down below. Anyway guys, until next time, peace, and as always, stay awesome.